Oh my God, you're gonna love it.
Hey there, and welcome to the AI Chicks, where we're providing you cool conversations about AI for all, with each episode covering a different topic on how AI is impacting your and our daily lives. I'm your host, Aisha Corpas Wynn, always coming in hot with that fun, unique perspective on tech. And like always, I got my bestie here.
Hi guys, I'm Lana Hout. I'm bringing the curls, the charisma, and that entrepreneurial energy.
So we've had a full year covering different topics, right, Lana?
Yes.
Okay, everything from venture capital investment in AI.
Yes, and information equity.
And customer product goods.
And skunk works.
Yeah, if you don't know what skunk work is, make sure to check out that episode. So with an array of full new topics related to AI, we had to make sure that we came to the craziest AI stories of the year.
Yeah, the things that just made you be like, what? That's real? So we're going to be getting into a lot of fun and interesting and unique and maybe a little weird.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. AI can definitely be weird sometimes, all right, you guys?
Yeah, and there is a lot across a lot of different industries, so I can't wait for us to just get into it.
We have our little cool AI Chicks little note cards here. It's giving very like Oprah talk show vibes.
Yes, and you know, we just love our girl Oprah.
So I'm referencing some notes that we did. And the first one that I definitely wanted to bring up is McDonald's. Okay, so McDonald's had their own AI hiring platform. It was called Paradox.ai. And for whatever reason, I don't know how this even happened, but they decided to make the password 123456.
No, they did not.
Yeah. To a hiring platform with over 64 million job applicants' information.
123456 was the best that they could come up with.
Yes. And so there was a crazy data breach where 64 million applicants, job applicants' information got leaked.
Honestly, that is wild.
I mean, 64 million.
On a 123456?
Yes. I mean, but that's like, I don't know, the size of multiple countries.
That is true.
Think about that.
All their personal information,
Yes.
all of that just got leaked. Whoever was the one that created that password probably felt some heat.
Oh, hands down. That's all the way fired. I mean, McDonald's is one of the largest global companies out there.
Honestly, I think I'm a little bit in shock because
Exactly.
I cannot believe the level of the oopsie.
Literally, when it came up, I had to fact check. I had to make sure I saw all the sources because it seemed so ridiculous. So all you guys out there, this is a quick lesson. No matter how small your accounts are or how powerful your company is, make sure that you have strong passwords. Two-step verifications. We've talked about this before in past episodes because 123456
It's not a strong enough password.
yes, is going to get 8.
Talk about McDonald's taking us back to the basics. One thing this also highlights is just as we become more tech enabled, the opportunity for people to hack into systems. Unfortunately, there are bad actors. So that does increase the more that we continue to rely and use technology.
Well, then also, too, we also have account and password fatigue.
But it's a little different when it's a corporate account.
Well, no, exactly. But I'm just saying is people can get lazy
Yes.
with having to put in passwords, new passwords, remember the password. But again, 123456 is not the way to go.
Yes.
I don't eat a lot of McDonald's, but when I do, my only order is the fries.
Well, because you are a fries connoisseur.
Exactly.
And I'm a big ice cream
You getting the
kinda girl.
McFlurry?
No. I'm a traditionalist.
Okay.
I want the cone.
Got
The
it.
Vanilla
Okay.
classic cone.
So the AI Chicks McDonald's order is basically...
French fries and ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next thing we want to talk about, Aisha?
I want to also bring up a different type of unique AI news. We have seen different spectator sports out there. Obviously, there's tennis. There's now pickleball. Outside of just the typical basketball, football, you know,
Sure.
baseball. Also, chess, debate, spectator sports, and things like that. And so AI chess has become a spectator sport.
Wait. Two AIs are playing against each other?
Exactly. It's testing the intelligence and the strategic capabilities of different AI models. So they're playing each other. And then people, humans, are watching AIs play chess.
Is there going to be outfits and like teams and slogans of which AI you repping? Yeah, that's my AI. It's going to beat your
Take
AI.
your AI down.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what it's going to turn into?
Apparently, but it definitely has a following. People are into it.
Okay.
And watching people play chess is not crazy. But when I really think about AI chess as a spectator sport. It just sounds crazy to me. That's where actually the wave could be going, where we just have a whole genre of sports that humans watch and attend, but the players are AI.
Yeah. I've thought about this with gaming, with the gamers that stream. And I was literally just having this conversation with someone about, so interesting that people will watch other people play a game.
Yeah.
But really it's about the fact that, people are so interested in seeing how a really good player plays.
Yeah, you're obviously not a gamer because you're like, why would people watch people game?
Clearly not. So it's kind of similar, I think, with the chess. Watching AI do these moves or breaking down strategy that you wouldn't necessarily, if you're a more novice player, know how to do. It relies on the same kind of principles.
There's also this unique nature with chess. You really are looking at a board. So I think that AI in the chess sports place gets a little bit of a pass because people are really focusing on the board and the moves. Similar to gaming, you're focusing on that world of the game. I'm just curious to see if it will translate over into other sports that are more movement and human driven, like a pickleball, like a tennis.
Or will it turn into AI gaming where AI is actually controlling the game?
Well, I mean, technically, when you are playing against the game,
yes,
you're playing AI sometimes.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. If you are in a situation where you're playing a video game and there's multiple characters, will each character be played by AI?
Interesting. I mean, well, the thing is, with some players right now, you don't know. They could have AI playing for them.
Sure. But it's just an interesting concept of our human involvement in the game versus AI's involvement in the game.
And I know earlier you had brought up the BattleBots
show.
show.
That to me was really interesting when you see these two robots in a ring fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, boxing, I guess,
And
if
this
you
has
will.
been around for a long time.
It has.
Pre-AI, but now with AI embedded in robots, it could take it to a whole new level.
I think the robots are going to get a lot fancier quickly.
Fancy in what way?
Transformers, they're going to come out,
yes.
they're going to turn into different things, they're going to have different capabilities, open up their chest, and then have extra arms that come out. I am not a robot maker, but I would imagine that imagination would be key in this
No,
field.
I feel you. We're basically taking this news about AI chess and making it even crazier. How can it just be Transformers in a spectator sport fighting each other?
Right, and then would there be teams? Would these tech companies that make certain robots become their own brand? These robots are all this team, and these robots are all this team, and now you're rooting for which team you want to win.
Lana is really into this.
I just think people really love to root for
Anything.
the team. And even when you think about some of the popular shows like Harry Potter, there's the different schools and the different colors. I feel like that would just extend into the world of robots.
And to take it crazier, I'm just going to leave this as a little footnote. Then you're going to have AI sports betting.
Oh, yeah.
People placing bets on AI sports.
That's always going to be the next step once there's a established
competition or sport.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we took it way down the rabbit hole.
We've given people a lot of things to think about. Would you all watch AI sports?
Yeah.
That's
let us know.
Let us know in the comments. We definitely want to know. We just touched on the world of sports. I want to change into the world of entertainment.
Okay.
And you, being a TV, film, podcast producer, I mean, you are always in the world of entertainment.
I'm in it.
So I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about this.
Okay.
There have been headlines about AI actors and AI musicians. But specifically, there is this AI actress by the name of Tilly Norwood.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's been in the news for sure.
Apparently, there's a bunch of talent agencies that are in competition to represent her.
It's not emerging managers and independent talent managers. We're talking about the top in the industry. When the CAAs of the world are vying for an AI actress, that is definitely something that I don't think people were anticipating this early on. I was thinking this was 5-10 years down the road. I mean, when you listen to some of our previous episodes about film and TV, we had a couple of heated conversations in some of those episodes regarding what aspects and roles in entertainment would be fully generated by AI and driven by AI. Some of our guests were saying, oh, we're a year or two out. And I was like, no, it's going to be 5 to 10 years out. And lo and behold, they were right. A year later, now we have AI actresses that are getting signed by the top agencies in the country.
A lot of that conversation was about current actors and using AI if there was a pickup that was needed. Is that acceptable? And then use and likeness and what are the rights for the actors for their avatars.
But also, too, the capabilities are still there. So it's inevitable that if you're taking real human actors and turning them into AI avatars, it's bound to be that you can also do that with non-human AI actors, too. We kind of knew this was going to happen. I just didn't think that we would be at this stage now. I really, really did think it was going to be the 5 to 10 year range, not the 2 to 3 year range.
I just thought it would happen first with actual actors, avatars, or characters, if you will.
Yeah, like a Jennifer Aniston AI actress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And figuring out how that roadmap is versus just completely creating someone from scratch, but also how successful that created character would be. Kind of similar to currently with actors, there's a lot of competition. It's not like everybody who can act is famous.
Yeah. Well, I also think too, specifically in this case, because a lot of people have built AI actors and actresses, it really just comes down to the AI model itself. Because I just don't fully understand why this specific one is the one everyone's vying to, because there's a lot of other ones out there. We've created AI avatars and characters for people and podcasts. AI actresses and actors have been around. They're out there. People are using them and creating them. But to have it hit the industry to this regards, I feel like there's something different, not just about the AI actress herself, but the business model and the actual training system that she is a part of. I think that's where the real value is, that the news and the stories, they're covering all the salaciousness around it.
Sure.
But if I take my AI expert hat and then I take my entertainment expert hat, I think that there's definitely some business dynamics and some technology and system behind her of why she's the outlier.
Yes.
Of why people are trying to rep her.
Right. There must be something really great about her that is a differentiator. There have been these AI models that are actresses or can talk and do all the things
and they're building
that you need them
TikTok and IG pages on them. They have videos. There is something unique about the system, and maybe there's some proprietary things behind her as an AI character. That's the other reason why industry reps are vying for that.
I did read about her being the next Scarlett Johansson, which I thought was a very strong statement, right?
I mean, it's just really good marketing.
Exactly.
That's some AI premium marketing, okay?
So, we'll see how successful she is. They're all vying to rep her, but we have to see her in action, whether they're going to put her in movies, commercials, TV shows.
Yeah.
And then what's people's response going to be to her? Is it going to be worth the hype? That's going to be really interesting to see.
Well, we will see. What's her name again?
Her name is Tilly Norwood.
Yes. Yeah, so we will see how Tilly Norwood plays out in the entertainment industry and maybe transitions into AI awards, nominations for AI actors and actresses.
I think that if they're going to do awards, it should be its own category, though.
Yeah,
I don't think you
agree.
should put an AI actor against a human actor.
Yeah.
Best new actresses. I think we should still have categories.
Yeah. And I think that we've touched on this even in the music space as well, that maybe there's a whole AI music awards category or just AI music genre, which there is now. I can sort of see with the new momentum that's happening with these AI characters and models that it's going to end up that way.
Speaking of music,
yes,
that's the next topic I wanted to go into.
Okay.
So perfect segue, Aisha. Just like Tilly in acting, we have a new player that has entered in the music space.
Okay, drum roll.
Yes, drum
Drum roll.
roll.
What's her name?
Her name is Zania Monet, and she is an AI musician that just got a $3 million deal. What makes her so unique is that she was created by a poet.
Yes.
And so that poet is using this character called Zania Monet to basically sing her lyrics.
Yeah.
And I guess she had a song called How Was I Supposed to Know? And it hit #1 on the R&B digital sales charts.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
The poet is Talisha Jones.
I knew you were going to bring this up, especially after you brought up Tilly Norwood. I knew where this was going. I feel a little bit different about this specific story compared to some of the other AI artists' music stories. We've talked about Timberland at one point, his AI artist took the waves and everyone felt like that was the craziest story. Now everyone in the music industry thinks that this one is the craziest
because
story.
this girl got a check.
Yes, well, yeah, a $3 million check at that. And she's not from the music industry. Before, it was always
Like a producer.
a Will.i.am or a Timberland
Timberland.
and things like that. So this was a real shocker because it proved someone crossing over into the music industry, having a hit song, not being a songwriter, and she can't sing, right? She created an AI avatar that looks gorgeous and then
has a beautiful voice.
Yeah. And then she used one of the music AI platforms to take her lyrics and create melody, beats, a full song, and then matched that song to her actual AI visual artist avatar, put all of that together to release her version of an AI artist inspired by her poems.
But the thing about it is that she is a writer.
Yes, using her own proprietary, creative, copywritten information, then take those poems and turn it into a song. I think that that's not as harsh as someone who literally was just using AI completely from scratch.
They're not writing anything.
Yeah.
They're just sort of using a bunch of AI tools to do it. Although some would argue that there is still creativity. You still have to put all the ingredients
In the
together.
prompt. Yeah, you're still creating stuff through prompting.
Sure.
From a copywritten, a proprietary standpoint, she did use her own writing. She did use her own lyrics, just like any other songwriter. That's where, for me, the line gets blurred. That's not a real voice. It's a created fake image.
Yeah. Listen, I think people are going to have feelings about it. I think that if you are an actor or a musician, you're going to have different feelings about these AI avatars coming into the space and making waves and taking what some people might say is other opportunities.
Yeah, and
from
again, don't get me
humans.
wrong. I mean, this story is really crazy. I'm just saying is I'm a little desensitized to it because in our space, we're hearing these type of stories and examples all the time. So for me, on the craziness charts,
Yes.
to me, it's not a 10. It's like a 7-8.
Yeah. For me, I think these stories just remind you about the fact that the tech is here. It's coming whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
I think there should be separate categories for AI generated content.
Yeah,
whether
for
that be
categories and in awards and in Billboard charts and things like that.
all of
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
But then also too, let's see if it sticks. Is this going to be a wave of it where it will be popular for a certain period of time? Or will it really stay and become a new genre? Why is it so great to have an AI avatar, be an actor, be a singer? They're never tired.
Yeah,
Their
they
voice
don't-
never hurts.
They don't sleep. They don't eat.
sleep. They don't complain. They're just always available and ready to work.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about splitting the rights and the fees.
There's also access. How easy is it for a poet to get into the room with singers and songwriters to even be taken seriously as a songwriter? I can't appreciate that level of creativity and just finding out a way to
Make it work. Yeah. It really democratizes these types of opportunities for other people.
Right.
But then at the same time, I do understand why the creatives can have major concern around the growth in this area. And especially when they are being positioned on the same charts as human artists as well. So
Yeah. You talk about your entertainment perspective. I definitely come from the business perspective. I think there's always the pros and cons because you're trying to optimize and streamline and cut costs and be more efficient. And we're in this world of a lot of content generation. You need to constantly be creating shows, creating movies, creating new music because you're only as good as the last thing that you put out.
and we consume so much
quickly
faster now.
Yeah. It is a balance, but I think that's why it's important to talk about these headlines and these news stories. And I think it's really important for the creatives and the business people to come together and talk because I do think that there's ways to collaborate where you can be protective still of the creative process, but at the same time, leave doors open for new innovation.
Yeah. We've covered the McDonald's headline, which to me was on the crazy charts of 10. We have our AI chess and our AI spectator sports. Not too crazy, but definitely a unique story. And then we have these AI actresses and artists wavering in the crazy range of 8 to 10 on the charts, on the crazy charts. But I want to also make sure that we cover something on the serious level before we wrap up here. For a couple years now, there's been a lot of people and parents specifically really leaning in on AI with teens. And there's been a lot of conversation and news around multiple teenagers committing suicide. And the parents have been linking it to AI, chatbots, and them forming these very unhealthy relationships with AI. And so I just want to make sure that, we take a moment to really touch on that because when it comes to youth, that's something that we always need to make sure that we're being mindful of with the regulations around how teens and kids are having interactions with AI, forming relationships with AI to the point where they're isolating themselves and falling in love or really looking at AI as their friend.
Right.
But also not just teenagers at this point. It's really hindering also adults as well.
So I think this is very layered. One is this element that teens are going to AI, asking AI questions. What starts out as kind of harmless interaction has in some cases led to harm happening, unfortunately. But as we interact with AI, whether you're a teenager or an adult, there is becoming an over-reliance on it. And I think that without certain guardrails, it can lead to a negative reaction for that person.
Yeah.
And specifically where people are using AI for friendships in replace of human friendships.
Yeah.
That's concerning because I think that while AI can be a great tool to help you work out how to socialize, and it's a safe space essentially, right? Because there's no judgment. It's just you and a computer. But then there is the other side of it where it can be isolating. There's also the aspect of AI and dating and people dating AI, which opens up a whole new category,
categories,
right? And there's a lot of tech people who believe that it will become the norm for people to date AI, marry AI.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that actually looks like or entails, but that's the concepts that have been discussed.
Well, and it comes out more and more and more. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for a while, and those type of conversations are just escalating.
Yes. The other aspect of it is Bumble's founder has gone on to say the future of dating is going to be your AI dating someone else's AI and then deciding if you two should meet in person.
Yeah.
The way that AI is going to be infiltrating our personal relationships,
Our emotions, our personal communications, our dynamics, our human bonds
is changing. And I think that the conversation about these parents having an issue with some of these tech companies is, hey, are the guardrails in place? Are there ways to say, hey, you know what? You need to seek some professional guidance. Having the AI being able to identify that this is outside of the scope of what it can do might be one way. I think there's a lot more conversation, but mental health in AI is definitely going to become a larger and larger topic that we discuss.
Yes, and we have an episode on that as well. This is such a layered subtopic of AI. We wanted to just make sure that we shed light on that. There's going to be more of these quote unquote crazy stories of humans forming relationships with AI impacting their mental health, their communication patterns, how they form relationships with other humans. So this is definitely something to be mindful of, monitor, be aware of. And we just wanted to make sure that, we touched on that as we cover this spectrum of stories.
Yes, I definitely think it's just something really important so that we can work together to figure out how we navigate these new uncharted waters.
Well, on that note, we thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe, follow us, and what else, Lana?
Don't forget to grab the merch.
All right, you guys, take care. Bye.
Listen to the AI Chicks on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Video episodes are available on Patreon. And check out our socials at The AI Chicks.